This is Ben Palmer, and this is my project for week 5 of CE 570. Just a heads up to this, in the interest of time, I kind of had to go to a simpler object, which was really just based off of the sample. My original shape was a wide flange shape that I'd gotten to run, or gotten the code to run every week for the past 4 weeks until this week, and then I was really struggling with it. So just in the interest of time, I switched to a simpler shape that would follow the example a little better this week, and that way I could at least understand what this code is trying to do. So here is the top body. I wanted to modify it a little bit just so I saw what each line of code was doing. So I increased the radius of the top body and kept it the same height and in the same spot. So I kind of made a large spool on top of a pin, and you'll see that in a second. And then this is the pin on the bottom. Again, very similar to the sample. And then here's the scalar fields, the vector fields, and then the scale. And my output ended up being, here's the parameterization of it. So it's just like a pin with a spool on top, and then the scalar field and the vector field. So I added a few more vectors in here just so you could see a little bit more of what was going on. And then I had my shape bend in the same direction as the sample. And I also played around with it a little bit, but it kind of ended up just liking this the best. So here is the output at the end. I got the volume of my body to be 59.6903. I tried to verify this through hand calculations, but it kept coming back wrong. So I verified the sample through hand calculations as well, and it didn't match. So something might be wrong with my hand calculations. But the divergence is negative 5.969. The total surface area of the body is 128.8, and then the total flux of the vector field over the surface is negative 7.54. So the things I was having issues with for my shape, which was that wide flange shape, I could get the volume of the body, and I could get the total surface area of the body, because that's what we did kind of last week. But this week it was more focused on the divergence and the flux of the vector field over the surface area of the body. And those were the two that I was having trouble creating the output for. I think the biggest issue I had for my body was this line right here was the body 2. I had 3 different bodies. So I had body 1, 2, and 3. But the body 1 and body 2 vector field equations, that's what I was having trouble with there. So I'm going to try to fix those this week, so that next week I can actually run my object instead of the sample object, and then hopefully I can understand what's going on a little bit better. But thank you for bearing with me, and y'all have a great week.